episode 22 of Maclean Studio in the morning.
Yep, back again. So good to be back here for episode 22. Featuring a little music from my pal Joey Papanato.
Good morning, this is Richard Nixon, and you are listening to episode number 22 of Maclean Studio in the morning, brought to you by Shirt Persistence.
I'm like a magnet, you're like a piece of wood. Can't get together, don't make me feel so good. I know it's useless to say how it used to be. Why do you treat me this way? If you could only see, I'm like a magnet, you're like a piece of steel. The way you break my will. Good morning and welcome to episode 22. I'm like a rowboat, you're like the Queen Mary. I play a tango, play a symphony. When we have a problem or two, can't you see I'm trying? I see you smiling like that, makes me change my mind. I'm like a magnet, you're like a piece of steel. The way you break my will. like a magnet. You're like a piece of wood. Can't get together. Don't make me feel so good. I'm like a convict. You're like the FBI. I ask for breakfast. You bring a piece of pie. It's useless to say how it used to be. Why do you treat me this way? If you could only see, you're like a magnet. I'm like a piece of steel. The way you break my will. Good morning, Terry. My featured artist this morning, kind of a special one because he's also a very good buddy of mine. And of course I'm talking about the one and only Joey Spampanato right there. My, I don't know, just my favorite band ever growing up, and then I grew up myself and I got to play with Joey, which was great. And one of the highlights of my existence on this little planet Earth. There's been some developments in the last couple days I want to tell you about. I've been picking up a bunch of celebrity endorsements all of a sudden. I was surprised about this, but for instance...
Good morning, this is Hillary Clinton, and you are listening to episode number 22 of Maclean Studio in the Morning, brought to you by sheer persistence.
Hillary is on board, which is, I mean, that's crazy. She couldn't win the presidency, but she likes the show, and there's more. For some reason...
I have to admit,
wait a minute.
I started having second thoughts almost the moment I sat down on the plane.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did. Anyway, I got some interesting things to do here. We have a very perky groove this morning at 168 BPM. That's fast by any estimation that you might think about. Anyway, we're just going to cruise along here and see where it all takes us. Oopsie, I can't do that. Any estimation. Really together here. Anyway, this is a song called Magnet by an RBQ and the great Joey Spampanato. Oh yeah, we got some drums going on here. Play a little more of this while we kind of wake up. Drink a little coffee, think about it. get together don't make me feel so good. I'm like a convict, you're like the FBI. I ask for breakfast, you bring a piece of pie. I know it's useless to say how it used to be. Why do you treat me this way? If you could only see, I'm like a magnet, you're like a piece of steel. The way you break my will, like a rowboat, you're like the Queen Mary. I play a tango, you play a symphony. When we have a problem or two, can't you see I'm trying? When I see you smiling like that, makes me change my mind. Joey Spampanato, I think he wrote that. I don't know. Terry might have wrote that. I don't even know. But Maclean Studio back once again, and so happy to be here. And so many interesting things going on. I can't believe that all of a sudden, out of the...
Good morning. This is Sarah Palin, and you are listening to episode number 22 of Maclean Studio in the Morning, brought to you by sheer persistence.
Wow. Sarah Palin, who would have thought? You never know. I mean, it's just...
This is Mitch McConnell, and you're listening to episode 22 of
Mitch
Maclean
McConnell, what a
Studio
thrill.
in the Morning.
Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that NRBQ number there. That's new. It's just... the streak continues. And if you don't know about Joey Spampanato, he's just one of the best songwriters, bass players, and singers in the world. And if you don't believe me, ask Paul McCartney or Elvis Costello or Bonnie Raitt. Bonnie Raitt's covered a bunch of his songs. And I met Joey in the frozen food department of the supermarket one day and approached him and asked him if he'd be interested in appearing in this play that we were doing. We were doing a Patsy Cline show, and I needed a substitute bass player. And kind of surprisingly, he agreed to do it. And then, next thing you know, he had moved from Nashville to the Cape, I started seeing this mysterious Saab cruising around town with Tennessee plates. And so anyway, I got to know Joey, and I needed a bass player for some gigs, and we did that for a good number of years. And then he started another band with his brother, the great Johnny Spampinato, one of the world's greatest guitar players. And after a few years, they asked me to be in that band with them, which was still struggling to find a place for my coffee, which was just really a great opportunity and a lot of fun for me, almost hard to believe. And with those guys and Luke Cataldo on drums, we played all over the place and actually went to Sweden and Japan and kept that going until I gave all that up to go to Florida. And we know how all that worked out. Which reminds me of, yeah, we know how that Florida thing worked out. But hey, life goes on. So anyway, I've been thinking I should do this next song. I haven't done this one in a while, and it's, it's maybe a little early morning kind of thing, but I don't know. I kind of feel this one, and it's at number 23 here, I think.
Oh yeah, I kind of sing it in a kind of a deep voice and get a little serious about it. Now you know that not everything always works out the way you think it's gonna, and sometimes you just gotta think about all of it and put it together and make sure it makes sense for you. We're gonna see if we got any more celebrity endorsements. Hold on.
Good morning. This is Bill Clinton, and you are listening to episode number 22 of Maclean Studio in the morning.
Wow. Bill Clinton. This is a dream come true for me. Anyway, let's see if we get a little groove going here. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Welcome to Maclean Studio, number 22. Great to be here. Another day of spectacular weather on Cape Cod. Oh yeah. Oh, I've heard people say that too much of anything is not good for you. Right, Iona? Terry, you know that. But the many times that I've gotten up and done my little radio show for you, I just seem to not be able to get enough of it. I just keep coming back for more. I do it day after day. This would be 22 days in a row I'm doing it. So I'm kind of feeling the situation here. And oops, I said situation. I'm not supposed to say that anymore. Anyway, I can't get enough of Periscope music and this crazy little thing I'm gonna play for you now. Sometimes I wonder, how low can I go with this voice of mine? I don't want to be ridiculous about it, but, oh good, yeah, I see Terry's dancing. Now, I want to do something for the ladies out there tonight. Or this morning, I should say. I'm going to sing a little something for you, but I'm going to sing it in my sexy robot voice, because I think that's what you want to hear, okay? It's my sexy robot voice, and I'm going to sing a little song this morning. This goes out to all the ladies out there. Yeah, you know who you are. I just want to say, this is something I want to say. I can't get enough of your love. No, 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 I can't. I hope you like this sexy robot voice. Yeah. All right then. Oh yeah. It's all about love. Once again, it all comes back. Every morning, it comes back to love. What else could there be?
Oh, let's go to the bridge. Why not? Good morning, Joe. Or I mean,
Good morning, Joe. Hey, Joe. What's going on up in Maine this morning? You seen any woodchucks crawling around out in the front yard? Because woodchucks need love too, you know. They sure do. Maclean Studio here. Pretty excited. We're going to break it down just a little bit here. Yeah. We're going to talk about the fact that we've been picking up some pretty big endorsements lately. A lot of people getting on board with the program here.
Good morning, this is Hillary Clinton, and you are listening to episode number 22 of Maclean Studio in the Morning, brought to you by Sheer Persistence.
talk about getting enough of your love.
I mean, getting enough of your love. Well, Hillary Clinton's on board. That makes me feel good.
What about...
Good morning, this is Richard Nixon, and you are listening to episode number 22 of Maclean Studio in the Morning, brought to you by Sheer Persistence.
Nixon? I mean...
Nixon? I thought he was dead.
Who else we got?
You know, I have to admit, I started having second thoughts almost the moment I sat down on the plane.
Yeah, I bet you did, Ted.
Good morning. This is Sarah Palin, and you are listening to episode number 22 of Maclean Studio in the Morning, brought to you by Sheer Persistence.
Sarah Palin, oh my God. Things are looking up, man, I gotta tell you. Yes, my fan base is growing, and I got sexy robots talking. Can it get any better? I don't think so. Yeah. The only thing that could be better is if we got out of the bridge and maybe went back to the regular part of the song and broke it down one last time. Oops. Now we got it.
Maclean Studio here, just kind of getting into a little groove for you. That's just about enough sexy robot talk for one morning. Meanwhile, a little look behind the scenes here at Maclean Studio. Me like going through a stack of papers, trying to figure out what I'm gonna play the next day. There I am, sitting in my little workspace, sorting through hundreds of songs, trying to make the decision of what next. So, tomorrow is going to be... No more, get those robots out of here. Yeah, tomorrow we're thinking about... Tomorrow's going to be either Rolling Stones or Coldplay. Couldn't be two more disparate acts. I hope your morning is going well, that's all I can say. I don't know where Mary is. Kind of New Hampshire not representing this morning. That ain't cool. That ain't cool. Yeah, the birds are singing and the snow's falling and the robots are singing. Sometimes it just all comes together and the endorsements are pouring in.
Good morning, this is Richard Nixon, and you are listening to episode number 22 of Maclean Studio in the morning, brought to you by sheer persistence. Man, much worse subjectively than today, but there was an expectation that things were going to get better.
That sounded a lot like Noam Chomsky. What the heck is Noam Chomsky doing here? Oh my God, it's out of control. Well, we'll take it to the bridge once more and then we'll get out of here. Okay, yeah, thank you very much. Joey Spompanato there, yeah. Today's featured artist. We just can't get enough of your love. Hey, is the pandemic over yet? Somebody let me know when the pandemic's over. Because I'm gonna go low, maybe even lower. I mean, I wanna go really low. Yeah, as low as I can go, because I can't get enough of your love. It's as simple as that. That's a statement of fact. Anyway, we're gonna actually do a song and get rid of these funny voices and get a little more mature about things. Maclean Studio, good morning and happy February 19th. We're putting this month behind us because you got to. Flowers will be back. smooth fade, a very smooth fade. We like when we have smooth fades, yeah. Just like take it on out, Barry. Ah, yes. Hope you enjoyed that. My voice is really going through some changes lately. Anyway, here's to another day on Cape Cod in the winter. And all the mysteries that it entails and brings with it. We're gonna pick another song now for you. And, check in and see if anybody else has been, saying anything.
Good morning, this is Hillary Clinton, and you are listening
To episode number 22 of Maclean Studio in the Morning, brought to you by Sheer Persistence.
Thank you, Hillary. That's nice of her. I guess she's probably got a lot of free time. It was pretty easy to get her to do it, actually. You know, it's like not that much to it. I tell you, things are getting wackier and wackier around here all the time. That it got dangerous.
Bad, much worse subjectively than today. But there was an expectation that things were going to get better.
I have to admit, I started having second thoughts almost the moment I sat down on the plane.
Evil. Maclean Studio right here in Orleans. Edge.
Good morning, this is Sarah Palin, and you are listening to episode number 22 of Maclean Studio in the morning, brought to you by Sheer Persistence.
Good morning. How's it going so far? Good, I hope. This is a little Horace Silver number for you. Picked from a large pile of songs that I have in my collection. I know, Joe, isn't it great that Sarah Palin would show up and do that for me? I don't even know. I'm not sure if I'm really happy about that endorsement. I think I might just erase that. I don't know about you, Joe, but I think she's a little kooky. Just a little bit. But
This is Mitch McConnell, and you're listening to episode 22 of Maclean Studio in the morning.
I was surprised because, I didn't think Mitch really liked me that much, and I'm not really a huge fan of his either, but we're not getting political here. I just, these people send these things to me. I gotta at least play them once, but I'm gonna toss those out. Anyway, we're gonna play a little bit more of this, then go back to a little Joey Spompanato, and then just watch the snow fall all day. Been a slow news cycle lately. It's okay. 22 days in a row. It just keeps going on and on somehow. All right, I think I told you a little bit about Joey, and I'll tell you more in just a second. But first, we're going to finish playing this wacky little song. get Mary caught up on the latest news. Mary, I want you to know that we've picked up some big celebrity endorsements over the last 24 hours, not the least of which is...
Good morning. This is Sarah Palin, and you are listening to episode number 22 of Maclean Studio
Sarah Palin,
in the
can you
morning,
believe it?
Brought to you by Sheer Persistence.
But just show we're representing both sides of the aisle.
Good morning, this is Richard Nixon, and you are listening to episode number 22
dead
of
people.
Maclean Studio in the morning, brought to you by Sheer Persistence.
Even dead people are endorsing me.
Good morning, this is Hillary Clinton, and you are listening to episode number 22 of Maclean Studio in the morning, brought to you by Sheer Persistence.
Wow. Yeah. What will the next song be here at Maclean Studio? It's either Rolling Stones or Coldplay. I gotta decide. I'm gonna figure it out though. Let's fade this out. Here's some birds. Other interesting things. Wow. That is what you call a sound collage going on right now. I got 6 audio elements at once. All right, cool over the drums there, bongo. Thank you. Well, as I was stating earlier, I had the pleasure and privilege of working with this gentleman here, Mr. Joey Spampanato, one of the great musicians of our generation. I don't think anybody would argue me on that one. Both with NRBQ and with his brother Johnny, and a lot of fun playing with Joey. One of the most loved musicians in the history of music. If you have never heard his songs, I don't know if anybody out there has, if we got any NRBQ fans out there. Another roaring 3 viewers today. It's good. It's all right. I'm grateful for each and every one of you, and there's a little sort of inner sanctum privacy sort of thing about this whole deal. Oh, beautiful weather once again. It just doesn't stop. It's so nice. All right, 22 days in a row, and you know, I got to keep myself entertained as well as any 3 or 4 people that might show up. So, with that in mind, we're going to do just a quick version of this and then play a little more Joey and then get ready for the storm. Any questions? I pretty much know everything about nothing, so feel free to ask about that. Meanwhile, the cosmonauts are up there. We're like still staring off into space and wondering about... I realized yesterday I had my logo on for 2 minutes without realizing it. Anyway, it's a lonely voyage out here in space. But we're taking it with you this morning, and every morning I think I'm going at least until daylight savings time, because it's going to be weird doing this when it's already light out. Then I might switch to my old 4:20 in the afternoon shift, if you catch my drift there, sort of deal. Anyway, let's do a little of this, and then we'll play a little more Joey Spampanato. And it's Friday, which means one really big thing around here, which means that's right, it's Friday, so it's dump day. We love it. We love that. Oh, yes, that was inspiring, to say the least. A little song by Cannonball Adderley. Wonder how he got the nickname Cannonball. You ever thought about that? Was he really good at, like, making big splashes in a pool or something? Better than Can Opener or something. Cannonball Adderley, one of the stranger nicknames in the pantheon of jazz. Anyway, I hope you're going to enjoy the snowstorm and staying locked inside of your house for the next couple more years as the various mutant strains of the virus proliferate and take over the earth. But in the meantime...
Good morning, this is Hillary Clinton, and you are listening to episode number 22 of Maclean Studio in the Morning, brought to you by sheer persistence.
Thank you, Hillary. Now, could you go clean out the foyer for me and prepare me perhaps a quiche and maybe some fruit salad? Thank you. Hillary's good. She listens to everything I say. She got knocked down a couple pegs a couple years ago, the poor thing. I'm indifferent. I don't have anything against her. I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big enemy. I really don't enjoy politics that much. I kind of like more into like unicorns and rainbows than politicians. And I'm into nice people like Joey Spampanato and Noam Chomsky.
Bad, much worse subjectively than today. But there was an expectation that things were going to get better.
Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? But in lieu of that, we're going to take it out like I often do, the way I took it in, on the rocky road to nowhere, here at Maclean Studio. Mary, have a nice trip. Looks like you're heading out somewhere in North Carolina or whatever. Nice. Surfing? A surf trip, maybe? I peg you as maybe a kiteboarder or something. A daredevil? I don't know. Do you ride motorcycles? I don't. That wouldn't be a good plan. Anyway, episode 22 is reaching a rapid conclusion, a crescendo, some might say. As we start the song, I kind of like the way I program this. I think this starts really good. So we're going to just hear one more word.
This is Mitch McConnell, and you're listening to episode 22 of Maclean Studio in the Morning.
Sick. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out here at Maclean Studio for a little morning fun. Once again, the great, wonderful Joey Spampanato. I'm not sure if he wrote this, but I'm pretty sure he sang it on the record and whatnot. This was on the NRBQ Scraps album. Yeah. I'm like a magnet. You're like a piece of wood. Can't get together. Don't make me feel so good. I'm like a convict. You're like the FBI. I asked for breakfast. You bring a piece of pie. I know it's useless to say how it used to be. Why do you treat me this way? If you could only see, I'm like a magnet. You're like a piece of steel. The way you break my will. I'm like a rowboat. You're like the Queen Mary. I play a tango. You play a symphony. When we have a problem or two, can't you see I'm trying? When I see you smiling like that, makes me change my mind. I'm like a magnet. You're like a piece of steel. The way you break my will. When we have a problem or two, can't you see I'm trying? When I see you smiling like that, makes me change my mind. You're like a magnet. I'm like a piece of steel. The way you break my will. Oh yeah. Thank you very much for stopping and checking out my Joey Spompanato tribute. And I will be back tomorrow. Who knows what other celebrity endorsements. Let's just quickly review.
This is Mitch McConnell, and you're listening to episode 22 of
Mitch
Maclean
McConnell.
Studio.
Yeah, I don't know how much I like him.
Good morning. This is Bill Clinton, and you are listening to episode number 22 of Maclean Studio in the
A
morning.
little indifferent. I'm not like, I don't have any statues of him in my yard. So Bill Clinton, I don't know, whatever.
Good morning. This is Sarah Palin, and you are listening to episode number 22 of Maclean Studio in the morning. Brought to you by sheer persistence.
Well, Sarah Palin is totally nuts, so that would make sense. She's endorsing me.
Good morning, this is Richard Nixon, and you are listening to episode number 22 of Maclean Studio in the morning, brought to you by sheer persistence.
Well, Nixon's dead, so whatever.
Good morning, this is Hillary Clinton, and you are listening
Well,
to episode number
that
22
just kind of
of
takes it over
Maclean
the top.
Studio in the morning, brought to you by sheer persistence.
Thank you, Hillary. We appreciate that. And don't forget,
You know, I have to admit, I started having second thoughts almost the moment I sat down on the plane.
I bet you did. Anyway, we're going to go, and thanks for checking out Maclean Studio. And have a really great day. And don't do anything foolish. And wear a mask. And don't leave your house. Don't touch anybody or anything. And make sure that just everything is in order in your world. And I will try to do the same. Later, Terry. Later, Mary. Joe. World. You're welcome, Mary.
That things were going to get better.
You know, I have to admit, I started having second thoughts almost the moment I sat down on the plane.
And this is Mitch McConnell, and you're listening to episode 22 of Maclean Studio in the Morning.